Hello, hello, and welcome to Real Estate and the Adventures of Parenthood with Cindy Presgraves. All right, so guys, I want to talk to you guys about life is too short for limiting beliefs. And why is that? Sometimes we are so stuck in our head because you listen to someone else, you think you cannot do it, you think that it's too scary, fear. There's so many things that we get inside our head and we're like, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm afraid, or because we think about what might the outcome be. But then when we actually go ahead and get it done, it's a totally different story. And sometimes we listen to people that they have never been through that situation or never done what we want to do. So I'm going to tell you why I thought about this so today I went skydiving, and skydiving was amazing. So I woke up this morning and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do skydiving. I'm just going to jump off a plane. I've been saying it. I've been talking about it for so many years. And I decided to go ahead and do it. I did it all by myself. So I went to skydive Monroe skydiving, I think it is. Okay, so I'm going to show you my certificate. So this is legit skydive Monroe. See? Yay! My achievement! So one of the things that I thought about this was like, okay, I'm going skydiving. I've heard a lot of people, oh, you can die. It's risky. It's unsafe. You have kids. Are you crazy? Okay, so I decided to call my brother and I told him, well, he's done skydiving several times. I've done skydiving now. And it's just like, it's all about the perspective and mindset that you think about all these things. What type of perspective are you seeing things? Okay, yes, it is like 14,000 feet above the ground. And it's high, and you're jumping off a perfectly good plane. But why are you doing that? Because I wanted to do it. I wanted for the experience. But at the same time, sometimes we're so focused on things that it might just broaden your perspective on different many ways and things and subjects, and you don't know what is behind that door. And it's just like, it brings me to this because we're not only talking about life in general, we're talking about a business, we're talking about love, we're talking about relationships, we're talking about so many things, and at times we're so focused on, you know what? Oh, I'm not doing it because they think about this and this and this, or this might be the outcome. Now my question is, even when you're buying a house, so many people think that because they don't talk to a lender, they assume that they don't qualify. And I'm going back to what happened to me back last year. Oh, because I didn't fill an application or anything. Oh, you don't qualify. Oh, you have to wait for taxes. The same person, the same lender told me, oh, you need to wait for your taxes and that you cannot qualify. Okay. And I didn't think about this, like, I didn't apply or anything. I wasn't like, oh, you know what, I didn't even push it. But this year, I'm like, because I bought the house from a builder, they're like, Cindy, just apply. I'm like, well, you know what, if I qualify, then I'll buy the house, but if I don't, then I'm not going to buy the house. I'm just going to wait to do my taxes and so forth. Anyways, I decided to fill out the application. I got approved. I got freaking approved. And then it was like, I should have just gone ahead and done what I tell everybody else. I should have just listened to myself, take my own advice that I give to all my buyers and sellers. Let's go ahead and get you qualified, pre-qualified. Let's see where you're at, because that way we can actually set you goals. I didn't do that with myself. That's my big mistake there. But anyways, everything happened how it had to happen. Now, I've been talking about jumping off a plane for so long. I've been talking about doing so many things, and now I'm actually doing them. But let's go back to jumping off the plane. It took me almost 20 years to jump off a plane because I wanted to do this when I was 18. Okay, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Now I am at 37 years old. And I'm like, if I would have not taken that motivation, that will of just like, you know what, I'm just going to do it regardless. I'm just going to go down to Monroe. I'm going to do it. You know, what's the worst that can happen? All right, let's go. Let's do it. Happens to be, I get there. I've been to Monroe before, but I don't think I've never been to the airport. I've never been downtown Monroe. And I drive in and I'm like, okay, it's me, myself, and I. I had called previously last week, but the weather was bad, so they didn't do any jumps or anything. And she's like, okay, just wear yoga pants, wear a sports bra, a tank. And I'm like, okay, perfect. Let me just go ahead and do it. And I walked in and I'm like, oh, and then I had to have my hair braided too because it tangles. And believe me, I still have some tangles in my hair. I haven't combed it. I mean, I just comb it with my fingers. And I'm like, look, I called in last week and somebody told me just to walk in because it was going to be only me. Perfect. She's like, don't worry about it. This is 11 o'clock. I'm like, hey, you're going to go in at 11. I'm like, oh, cool. Okay. And then they were like, hey, you know what, can you go ahead and, what did they tell me? So we watched a video. I signed all the waivers before. I paid. I wanted the videos and the pictures on this. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do this just because, I don't know if I'm going to do it. What if I don't like it and all that? You always take pictures and videos regardless of the outcome. Keep this in mind, people. So I did them. So if you go on my YouTube channel, you're going to go ahead and see skydiving in Monroe. So I went ahead and loaded both the videos. So you guys got to check it out. And I got ready. I was being funny. I was like taking videos, Snapchats. Then I posted on different social media platforms. And there was this girl that she turned out, I think her name was Katrina. Katrina, she turned 18 in January. And this 19-year-old boy and this 18-year-old boy. So Katrina and I, so the boys went to lunch because they were hungry. And then Katrina and I, we went first. So she had Chuckles, which is an instructor, and I had Bruce. And we started comedy and all that. I had no idea they were filming me. So if you look at it, the video, then you'll see like I'm like jumping around, very like, hey, you know what, this is me and so forth. And then I wanted a suit because just in case, because I didn't know if I was going to go anywhere and so forth. And I'm in my brand new car, didn't want to get it dirty. So I'm like, look, I just want to wear a suit just in case. And I went up, so the suit, then the harness, and then Bruce, which is my instructor, he had the parachute. And I'm like, oh great, he's the one that has the parachute, not me. This is so fun. And so he's the one holding the parachute. Then, the plane comes. I'm like, okay, let's get ready. We start walking into the plane. I had no idea it was 14,000. It's either 12 or 14,000. I'm like, okay, let's just go ahead and do this. So I was fine. I mean, this is a plane, a small plane. You know, if for all of you that don't know, I'm getting my pilot license. So I've been working on that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go up there, whatever. I mean, I'm used to this. I'm like, it's different that somebody else flying versus you. I'm like, okay, he has experience. So he said, like, once the hornet stall starts, like, because he's going to go ahead and don't go deep, like nose deep or something. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Or dropping off the nose for a little bit. I'm like, let's go ahead and just do that. So there's a guy that did solo. He went ahead and skydived. He jumped off the plane. Then the photographer, the videographer jumped in. I'm like, oh my gosh, I had to get on my knees. They're like, get on your knees, look up. Like, okay. And I'm like, here we go. And I jumped. I had a little bit of fear, but I will definitely do it again. because it was different. It was like blah, 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 my cheeks, because the air is going super, super fast. But once the parachute was released, I was like, okay, I'm good. And it was really, really interesting. It was a really good experience for me. I loved it. I really, really enjoyed it. I really think everybody should do it. So whenever my kids turn 18, I will definitely be jumping off the plane with them. And so with this, I'm telling you, it took me almost 20 years. It took me 19 years to get to this point. I've always wanted to do this, but at the same time, we make things for the things that we want. We make things for the things that we might think that they're easy, or the ones that we're fearless. And sometimes we do put those limiting beliefs on us and be like, oh, we're not going to be able to do this. Oh, I don't believe in myself. I cannot do that. You need to take that. You need to remove all of that out of your mind. Because if not, it's going to take you how long? And it's like I was talking to a friend earlier with this is sometimes, okay, I was talking to two friends earlier. One of them, he's a realtor, and he's like, when I was younger, I was like, I am going to, when I'm ready, when I make all this money, I'm going to get married, I'm going to have a child, I'm going to do all this. Now, sometimes we put ourselves like unrealistic goals, or we say, oh, when I'm ready, I'm going to have a house. Now I have the house, I have the car. Now, but I need to make a little bit more money. You're never going to be ready in life for things. You either do it now, or you're going to wait, or you're just going to regret it. Life is too short, and keep this in mind. Life is too short for you to keep on putting excuses on yourself. Because the more excuses you put on yourself, the more you're limiting yourself. So then if you really want to accomplish like your goals, you want to have a family, you want to get divorced, or you want to move on in life, either you start today or you walk away, or you just continue being miserable. That is why I'm saying life is too short for your limiting beliefs. Why do you continue with your limiting beliefs? Why don't you believe in yourself? That is something that you need to put through your mind. You need to believe in yourself, because you know what? At the end of the day, you're you, and you know what you can handle. You know what you can do. And everybody around you look at you like you're amazing, that you can do it, and you have gotten to this point in life. You can push harder to accomplish what you really want. So now, I have so many things right now. Like, for instance, I have a friend, and this friend has been, he's been married for, let's put 10 years. He's been married for 10 years, right? And he's been miserable in his marriage. His marriage has gone downhill for the past, let's say, 7 years. But because he's so afraid of hitting that, like, I want to get divorced, he doesn't. And it's just like he wants to have a family. His spouse doesn't want to have a family. He wants to have kids. He wants to, be happy. He wants to have a look. He's done everything to be able to, but he believes that he is a failure. He believes that he cannot do it. He believes that he cannot be happy. And believe me, I've gone through this so many times with him. I feel like a broken record with him. But anyways, because he thinks that he does not deserve to be happy. He believes that he doesn't deserve to be a dad. He stays in that marriage. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of people today in our society, we stay in a situation that we think, because we think we cannot accomplish it, we stay in it. And this is what I'm saying. You change yourself, you stop with the limiting beliefs. And no, I understand it's a little bit complicated, it's a little bit hard, and sometimes it's like, but I don't have the right money right now, oh, I don't have time, or what am I going to do, or you know what, I don't have time for the gym. Look, if you don't have time for the gym, I have two little ones, and I go to the gym every day at 4:30 in the morning. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. 4 times a week, because I want to set a great example for my kids. That is my motivation. And, okay, eating healthy. Oh, you know what? I don't have time to eat healthy. Then do meal prep. Then find things that you can actually pack and just carry with you. There's so many things. Like I said, limiting beliefs. Life is too short for limiting beliefs. If you don't take advantage of what you have now in front of you and the things that you want to do and the things that you want to go ahead and move forward with, you're going to miss out on so many things in life. Now my question is what do you really want? What do you really want in life? And I'm going to ask you in relationships. What type of relationship do you want to have? What type of marriage do you want to get married? Do you want to have a family? Do you want to have a loving, caring wife or loving, caring husband? Where are you with that? Are you struggling in your marriage? How can you make it better? Are there any fears? What about communication? Is that stopping you? Are you guys on the same path? Are you guys on the same page? All right, now business. Making those cold calls. All right, what about those videos? Why? Because you think you're ugly? You think people are going to make fun of you? Why are you not posting on social media? Because you want to be private? Look, when you have a business, privacy is out the door, out the window completely. Because you think people are going to make fun of you? Okay, everything that's put on the internet stays on the internet. So what? What if it turns out better than you imagine? That's the question there. Would you rather stay with oh, you know what, I'm just going to stop doing all this? What about contacting, what about going to the gym? Oh, you're overweight? Who cares? The gym is there for a reason, for you to do exercise, to start somewhere. Someone always started somewhere. Keep that in mind. Somewhere started somewhere. And that's the point of starting. Getting started is the hardest part, but now the consistency. So now, like I said, are you going to wait? Are you going to do it now? Or are you going to go ahead and just wait 20 years, 19 years like I did to jump off a plane? And even though you're like, oh, you're crazy, you know what? I wouldn't even jump off a plane. Now my question is, what do you really want in life? What do you really want in life? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Are you just waiting to make $1 million and be rich, to have a family? Or what if that girl that you really like and you see her every single day, even on social media, it doesn't matter where it is, that you want to become a better person, but then you don't even say hi. She doesn't even know that you exist. Think about that. What do you have to lose? Just think about this. Life is too short. Stop your limiting beliefs. What do you have to lose? Like, hey, you know what? I do videos all the time, but did it take me a long time to get there? Of course, because I hated to do videos. I did not like doing videos. I felt ridiculous. I was like, oh my gosh, do I really have to do this? I don't want to do this. What are people going to think about? But now I just find it like, what can I do? How can I make people laugh? But at the same time, I want to get people to know me, to understand, to that, you know what? When you actually see me in person, I want you to feel like, hey, you know me forever. That's the feeling that I want you to feel. And if you do that with videos and for your job or for your business or whatever it is, believe me, people are going to feel the same way as they feel about me. Now, my question is with, what are your limiting beliefs? Do you really believe that from you? Do you really believe that? Let's say, for instance, you're talking to a girl and you don't make that much, right? But this girl makes more than you do. Way more than you do. Are you going to be intimidated by her just because, hey, oh, you know what? She might not like me because I make so and so. I'm going to tell you a story. So last year I had my pictures done, and they told me their story. This beautiful, I think she was, Miss Georgia, and I don't know what year, but anyways. And she thought she was dating this guy. She went on a date, and this guy wouldn't call her back because he thought that she would not like him because he was a country boy. And because he was a country boy, he did not even bother calling her. And she was like, what is wrong with this guy? He wouldn't call me. He won't call me. Until her friend told him, like, hey, why haven't you called her? Because I'm a country boy. I mean, I don't think she's going to like me. She's not going to be interested, especially with my accent. So he decided to call her. And they went on a date, and I might have the story wrong. So to this day, they've been married for over 15 years. And they have an amazing relationship. They have an amazing business. And if he would have just continued with his limiting beliefs because he didn't believe in himself and he thought that he was too much for her because she was a beauty pageant, I would say beauty pageant, or Miss Georgia, then he would have missed out the lifetime opportunity of being with someone that would be his soulmate. And that's the thing that I'm telling you guys. If you guys think that you guys cannot do it, you guys are not good enough for anything like personal, relationships, business, anything, that's what's stopping you. But if you go ahead and decide to say, you know what, screw this, I'm just going to go ahead and take a leap of faith and just get it done. What's the worst that can happen? What is the worst that can happen? Fear is very, very powerful. Now, you got to think about how much fear you're going to let it control you, because fear is a controlling monster that is instilled in your head and in your mind and in your thoughts. But if you believe in yourself and you say, what do I have to lose? Nothing. What if it turns better than you can imagine, right? What if it turns better than you can imagine? That would be amazing, because if it does, because you took that leap of faith, think about where would you be. And you know what? If it doesn't turn good, then there's always something better. You always get up and continue walking or running. It all depends. But take that leap of faith. Think about, what if it turns better than you can imagine? Because if you continue think negatively in all aspects, where are you going to be at? You're going to be in the same place over and over and over. Think about the person that I told you about. He's been married 10 years. His marriage has been going down 7 years. He wants to have kids. He's almost 40. And he's still miserable. He is still miserable, but he doesn't do anything about it. All he does is complain. He's a really sweet guy, but, you can go through all the therapists, psychologists, psychiatrics, counsel, marriage therapy, but if it's not going to work, just walk away, because your happiness and your mental peace is more valuable than anything else. But all you have to do is that you deserve it and that you believe it. So I'm going to leave you guys with this today. Like I said, just comment below, share this, and let me know if life is too short and you guys agree with my limiting beliefs. Forget about the limiting beliefs, throw it out the window, and just believe in yourself and just do it. Do it. This is Cindy Presgraves with Real Estate and the Adventures of Parenthood. Have a beautiful night or day.